morning, everyone. This is Abhishek. So I would be your mentor for the next couple of sessions over here. So first we'll begin with the Python, and then we'll study the SQL part. Then we'll understand the statistical part, and then we'll get into the machine learning and data science part. So these are all interrelated to the machine learning. Okay. So I hope I have seen some faces over here. I hope I've attended few sessions or handled a few sessions for you guys right now. Should we start from the beginning? I am a little bit confused here. Okay, cool. Okay, I had taken few sessions for this. So for the people who have joined now, let me give me an introduction. This is Abhishek. I am working as the data scientist for Bosch in Bangalore. So I'm currently based out of Bangalore location, and yeah, this is a few introduction about myself. And anyone who is new to this session, who want to introduce themselves so that I can understand the environment over here. Probably few people have introduced themselves, but if there is any new person who just joined now to the session, they can come up and they can introduce themselves. I just wanted to know that what is your background, whether you have done some Python courses or Python language coding, or you are pretty new to the data science and machine learning. So this is what I wanted to know. So is there anyone who joined now? Okay. You can unmute yourself and you can speak. It's okay. Okay, cool then. So uh, I think in the benefit of time, we will move forward. For the people who have joined new, so these are the few set of environment what I've done over here. I'll repeat again. Uh, okay. Yes. I will understand. I'll think that you guys are all new to the Python or data science and machine learning. So I'll come from this scratch. I will assume that you are just the freshers who have just started the coding with Python, and I'll explain from scratch. And if you have any doubts or any questions in between, you can stop me in between and you can ask me the doubts. You can stop me wherever you are or wherever we are explaining, and you can shoot me the questions. I will address that questions, or you can put it on the chat. Whenever I see that questions, I will address that questions and I will clarify the doubts. And at the end of every session, the 15 minutes would be kept for the doubt clearing session. So in that 15 minutes, we can have the one-on-one discussions on any topics you have with respect to the data science, machine learning, or Python. So this can be a one-on-one discussions, or if you want to share your screen, you can share your screen, and we can see the errors or the doubts what you are getting over there. So and since we are from a wide varieties of background, most of our communication is would be in English. Okay. And then at the end of every session, I would be sharing the PPT, PDF, notes, codes, or the data set, whatever we are sharing in that, seeing in that particular session, I would be sharing it with the coordinator, and then she would in turn share it with you guys over the mail. Okay. And yeah, since we are all having the sessions virtually, right? What we will do is we would keep the session interactive. Most of the people would be knowing that how would be the session interactive and couple of other things. I would be asking couple of doubts over here or couple of questions over here. So this would not be a technical question. This would be a non-technical questions, but in turn the answers would be related to the technical discussions what we would be having. So, some of the questions would be like how much runs Virat Kohli will score, or who will win the World Cup, or who will win the IPL trophy. So, these are the questions what I would be asking, and I am expecting few answers from you guys, so that we would be keeping the sessions interactive, and this will be not a session where only Abhishek is speaking. Okay, okay, well then. So I assume that we are on the same page. Is there any doubts or any clarifications needed until?
No.
Cool. Okay, cool. So if there are no doubts, right, then we'll directly get into the uh, sessions now. So probably we all know what is Python and what is the importance and a couple of other things. So I'll just give a brief about that. What is Python and what are the importance and advantages of Python, and then I'll also get into the few how to install Python. So this is not the completely previous session. This is just the bridge between the previous session and today's session. So this is because there are few people who have joined recently just to make include them into the particular session. So we are just having this for 5 minutes, and then we will be getting into the main topics, that what is Python and what are the few codes I can write inside the Python and concepts inside the Python. Okay. Just to include themselves who are not attending or who didn't attend the previous session. Okay. So first of all, Python is a programming language which we all know, and it is very simple, very easy to understand. So very easy to understand means like it is very easy to understand. There is no other words for that. So it is a basic English language programming, I can say. So when you are writing the English, the Python code, right, you will feel that you are writing some computation in the English, some poems in the English. So that is how beautiful, that is how easy the Python is actually. Very easy to understand, very easy to write the code, and very easy to debug the code also. There is no much special techniques needed. And why I'm saying this is very easy to understand, because we are not using any programming jargons like the semicolon or the flower brackets or nothing we are using. It is the basic English language we are writing the code over here, that you can understand that while we are starting to write the Python codes today. And little bit history about the Python is that when did it came into existence, or who is the
Sorry,
inventor or developer of Python?
sorry, Abhishek. Sorry for the interruption.
Yes, no worries.
Actually, Abhishek, as I know, last time also we have spoke on same things. So, is it the like we are resuming the class, or like this is a phrase something you are giving introduction?
Okay, so this is the introduction I am giving. We had introduction last two sessions in the last week. We had a deep discussion about that. What is advantages, disadvantages, and then how to install Python. And few people who have joined now, right? So they didn't have the glimpse of what is Python and advantages of Python. So in this 5 minutes, we are going to have those introductions and then include themselves into the particular
Okay,
sessions.
got it.
After introductions, we would be taking our Python journey.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, and also this would be like a bridge session between previous session and today's session. So people who have attended also will come to understand that we'll just brush up the topics. That's it. Okay.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yes, no worries. Yeah, this is the developer who developed the Python programming. His name is Guido van Rossum. So he was the developer who was working with Google while developing the Python programming, and he found that the language what he was using was very difficult, and he started to develop his own programming language. At the same time, he was also watching a what I can say, a series called Monty Python Flying Circus. He named the programming language on that particular series. Hence the name Python. It's not a snake from now onwards. Python, if someone says Python, it's the programming language for us. Okay. And since I am saying about the advantages, disadvantages, and a couple of other things, what is the advantages of Python? Python is actually used everywhere in the IT verticals, be it the software development, machine learning, data science, any other thing, any other field you take in the IT industry, there we are using the Python over here. Okay. And there are a couple of importance and advantages of Python. What are those? One of them is actually Python is very easy to understand and very easy to update also. If we are taking 5 to 6 lines of code to print a hello world in Python, how much lines are we taking here? Can someone say that how much lines of words we are taking to print a hello word in Python?
A single word.
One.
Yes. A single word is sufficient for us to print the statement in Python, which is just the print. There is nothing else. There is no semicolon, brackets, or the flower brackets. Nothing is required. Only a single word is sufficient for me to print a statement in Python. And when I say print a statement, it can be anything. It can be a numbers, it can be a statement, it can be a paragraph, or it can be just the spaces. So that is print statement is required, or a print word is required to print anything in Python. So that is how easier the Python is. So compared to 6 words of lines to C++ or Java, where we are using only one word. So there are a couple of advantages to that. So one of the advantages, we are saving the time, we are saving the spaces, and also we are not thinking about anything, how to debug this, nothing we are thinking, because there is only one word, there is nothing there to debug over there. Okay, so these are the couple of advantages, and one of the other advantages is being free. So no matter if you are anywhere inside the world, if you are having a laptop, if you are having an internet connection, that is well sufficient for me to start my Python journey. Just install the Python, download and install the Python software, and we can start our Python coding. Okay, so no need to rent, no need to lease, or no need to license anything. We are just free to download if you are having the laptop or a desktop and an internet connection. Okay, so it's free of use for everyone. And there are a couple of other things. One is the dynamic type system and the automatic memory management. So these two are the very much important advantages of the Python world. So what is dynamic type system is there is a line by line execution of the Python. So if there is a line by line execution of Python, there is no need to declare earlier that what I am declaring. Okay, so if I am declaring a variable called Abhishek, I don't need to say to the Python earlier that okay, I am declaring a variable called Abhishek, and it should only say or it should only store numerals, or it should only store integers, or it should only store lists like that. We don't need to say. We just declare A is equal to Abhishek, B is equal to 100. Like that, we can start declaring ourselves. Okay, and that is what the dynamic type system is all about. And next is the automatic memory management. Automatic memory management in depth we are going to understand in the third week. But right now, what is automatic memory management is in a glimpse what it means is. So once we have written a Python code, right? So how will I manage the memory inside the code? So I don't need to scratch my head for that because Python will automatically manage the memory. Python said that okay, Abhishek, you don't worry about the memory management or any other things. You just worry about writing the code. All these extra co-curricular activities I will take care. Okay, so now what is the extra co-curricular activities and how it is taken care? That we will be understanding very deeper into the third week. Okay, but what it means? It means that memory management is taken care by the Python. Okay, and the other advantages of the Python is having a vast varieties of library, starting from adding the two numbers to building a self-driving car. We are having a lot more advantages over there. Okay, lot more libraries of the modules over there. Okay, so these are the few advantages of the Python, and there are few disadvantages of the Python also. We will understand that also. What are the few disadvantages? One is being slow compared to C++ and Java is the disadvantages of Python. So what is slow means it will take a little bit of more extra seconds, 1 or 2 extra seconds to get the output. Okay, but that is okay for with me because where I am taking 3 minutes of code to write and 1 or 2 extra seconds if I'm waiting, there is no need to worry. And also we are upgrading the Python software so that it will be in par with the other programming language also. So these are the few advantages of Python programming language. Okay, so any doubts or any questions until now? Okay, cool. So if there is no words right, then or no questions, we'll directly start our Python journey. So I have given a link over here. So you can click on that link and we can start writing our Python software. So this is if you click on that link, right, you will be getting a page like this over here. So this page is for the writing a Python software. So this page or this Google Colab where I am writing the Python code is running on the Google server. This is owned by Google, so it will be running on the Google server. So I don't need to install Python inside my system because Python is already installed inside the Google server. I am just using the Google server to write my Python code. And what is the prerequisite of that? You should be having a Gmail. So after you log in through your Gmail and couple of other things, click on this file and click on this new notebook. Okay, after you click on the file and after you click on this new notebook, you will be seeing a screen something like this. A few seconds to boot up actually. And after you get a screen, you should be able to write any Python codes over here. Okay, so for the introduction purpose or for the traditional purpose, I will start writing the Python by printing a statement, which is the hello world. Okay.
Abhishek, sorry for the interruption. Just a small query.
Yes.
So if you use Jupyter Notebook is fine, right, for this session?
yes, I would be using the Jupyter notebook after this.
Okay. Thank you, Vishen. Thank you.
So no matter wherever you write the code, one disclaimer I will put over here. Okay, no matter wherever you write the code or no matter which laptop you are using, whether it is a Mac, Linux, Windows, or whatever you use, the code remains the same. There is no change in the code at all. So I am not worried about where you write the code. Okay, yes. Okay, so we have written a hello world code over here, and after that, if you just click on this run button, if you just click on this run button, the thing whatever you have printed over here would be outputted, okay, or will be given out by the code. Okay, so it will just take 1 or 2 extra because I'm running for the first time. Yeah, so you can see I have got the output over here. Whatever is there inside the bracket, inside the inverted commas, would be printed as the output over here. And as we can see, I didn't use any import. There is no semicolon. There is no flower bracket. There is no header, starter, footer. Nothing is there. It is just writing my Python code. Okay, so even if you are from a non-technical background, if you are from a mechanical, if you say that I am from mechanical, I am from electronics, I am from electrical, I am not even from an engineering background, it's okay because anyone can understand this piece of code. Okay, so is there anyone in this section who is not understanding this piece of code? It's a plain English language, right? So I am printing, and what it is printing hello world. So same thing is happening over here. Okay, so any doubts or any questions? Yes, you can use the PyCharm. You don't need to worry about any IDEs. You just use whatever the IDEs is okay with you, or whichever the IDEs you are comfortable with. Even you can use the Visual Studio. I am okay with that. Okay. So any doubts or any questions?
Not till now.
Okay, good. Yes. Okay, beautiful. So if there is no doubts or no questions, right, I will jump to the Jupyter notebook because I can share the code after the session with you guys so that I will be using the Jupyter notebook. And Jupyter notebook and Google Colab are exactly the same. Only the UI is different. That's it. Okay. Rest all remains the same. Okay. So for the other purpose, I'll just copy paste the code over here. Okay, and I'll execute. You can see that I am getting the same answer. No matter I have changed the IDs, I am getting the same answer. Okay, so just to be sure, are we on the same page? Any doubts or any questions?
No, Abhi.
Okay, good. Yes, okay, good. So now we'll start our Python journey from today. So we'll understand what is list, what is tuples, what is strings, what is a variable, or any a couple of other things. So first we'll understand list, strings, variables, and then we will be getting into the dictionary and tuples. And also we'll understand what are the common mistakes everyone will make in writing the Python code. So that will be happening at the end of the session. And later, in the tomorrow session, we will be getting a little bit deeper into the Python code, where we'll be understanding how to write a for loop, if condition, while loop, functions, and couple of other things. Okay, so this is what got planned today, and what is planned for tomorrow's session. Okay, so first we'll understand what is a print statement. So this print statement is actually a printing of any statements. Okay, so whatever you write inside the print will be printed over here. Okay, so now what is the print statement in Python? Print statement is whenever I wanted to print anything, be it a variable or be it anything, I will be using a statement, I will be using a word called print. Okay, and using this word called print, I can print anything and everything inside the Python. And what is required to print a statement? A print keyword, open brackets, inverted commas. You write whatever is inside you, whatever you want inside that inverted commas. Close the inverted commas, close the common braces, and you are done. And if you execute, whatever is there inside the inverted commas, whatever it is there, even the space is printed over here. Okay, be it anything, be it any strings, or be it any numbers. If you want to print any numbers, you just print any numbers or you type any numbers, and if you execute, you are getting the same numbers over there. Okay, this is not restricted to only numbers. It is also taken any special characters. If you want to print any special characters, just take the special characters and you will be able to get the special characters over here. And also spaces. This will print the spaces also, which basically
Uh,
means yes,
Sorry, Abhishek. Actually, this inverted comma is mandatory while we are printing something, right?
yes. Okay. So what will happen if you are not using the inverted commas? That also we will see. Okay. Okay. Cool then. So I have printed Sachin over here, which basically means that whatever you want to print, put it in the and you will be taking. So here inverted commas is important. Okay. When I say inverted commas, there are three types of inverted commas. One is a single inverted comma. Okay. The other one is the double inverted commas, and the other one is the triple inverted commas. Okay. So there are three inverted commas. One is single, double, and a triple inverted commas. So now if you ask me that, okay, Abhishek, you are saying three inverted commas are there, what type of inverted comma I should use? You can use whatever the type of inverted commas, be it the single, a double, or a triple. You can use whatever the inverted commas you want to use, you can use. You are getting the same output. Okay, so this is just for the convenience purpose that people by mistake they will print the single, double, or triple. So whatever the inverted commas you use, we will be getting the output. Okay, so it is up to the convenience of the user or the developer. He can use whatever the inverted commas. Now, if someone asks me that, okay, is this inverted commas mandatory? Yes, I say it is a mandatory to print anything. Okay, why? Because there is a concept of variables in Python. Okay, so there is a concept of variables. This is the first concept we are learning inside the Python. Okay, what do you mean by variables? What is the English meaning of variables? I don't want the technical. What do you mean by variable in Python? Sorry, in English.
Something that keeps changing.
Yes, something which keeps changing. Right? Yes. Any other perception?
Giving a name to a particular data.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear anything.
Giving a name to a particular data.
Yes, giving a name to a particular data. Okay, so in English, what does a variable means? As someone said, that variable means which is changing. Okay, then what is the opposite of variable?
Constant.
Constant. Yes, something which is changing is called as variable, and something which remains the same is called as constant. Okay, so now what is a variable? If I wanted to name a variable in Python, and why are we naming a variable? So a variable is needed in any programming language because I wanted to store something. Okay, I wanted to store something in a basket. Okay, and that basket can store anything. It can store vegetables, it can store fruits, it can store grains, or it can be kept as it is. Okay, and it can store one fruit, two fruit, three fruit, five fruit, six fruit, whatever the fruits I wanted to store, I can store. So that is the reason we are declaring a variables in any programming language, and that variable can be used as the input for the next part of the code. Okay, so now to declare the variables, I don't need to do anything. I just say a is equal to 1. That's it. And if I say what is there in A, if I say, or if I wanted to see what is there in A, I will just say print of A, it will give me 1. Why do you think that Python is giving me 1 over here if I say print A?
Because here holds the data one, value one.
Yes. Yes. A holds the value of 1. Okay. So I said to Python that, okay, declare a variable A and assign the value of 1 to it. Okay. Put one apple into that basket of A. Like that I said to Python, and Python did the same thing. So when what is there in A, I will simply use A over here. Okay, and here since I am calling for that basket, whatever the values, whatever the fruits inside that basket is there, it will also be printed. So whenever I say print A, it will print 1 for me. Okay. Now, any doubts or any questions?
Yes, actually, like as you said, for printing any statement, we need to use inverted comma.
Yes. Yes. Why are we
So
not using it?
yeah, yes,
Correct.
yes.
Yes. Same question. I will put pause over here. So now there is a print inverted comma A and there is print A. So now what is the difference between this print statement and this print statement? So yeah, one answer I already got, which is that there is no inverted commas here and there is no there is inverted commas here. Okay. So apart from that, any difference? Okay. So here, when I say printing is necessary, and whenever I am printing is anything, I should use the inverted commas. So in Python, there is a rule. What is that rule? Whatever you declare inside the inverted commas, whatever you declare inside the inverted commas will be taken as a string. And repeating again, in Python, whatever you declare inside the inverted commas, be it single, double, or triple, whatever you declare inside inverted commas will be taken as a string. So whenever I am calling A inside the inverted commas, it is taken as a string and it is placing a string. It is giving the output as string over here. But here inside the Python or inside the print statement without inverted commas, if I am declaring anything, if I am calling anything, then Python will think that I am declaring a variable. I am calling for a variable. Whenever it sees any string, any characters without inverted commas, then Python will automatically think that Abhishek is calling for a variable. So what Python will do? So Python will look for a variable which was declared earlier to this line. Okay, so since A was declared, it automatically went to this line and said, okay, Abhishek is calling for a variable A and variable A is declared and the value of A is 1, so it is printing 1. But if I am calling for a variable called B, okay, so I said print B. So now what will be the output? The output will be an error which says that it is a name error. And what is that name error? Name B is not defined. Okay, what it means, I Python thought that it has Abhishek has declared a variable called B, and it is Abhishek is calling for a variable B. I need to print the value of B. So it looked for any variable called B earlier. But since there was no variable called B, it said that okay, Abhishek, you are calling for a variable called B, but you have not defined earlier only. So it is throwing an error for me. Okay. Any doubts? I hope I've answered your question, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Is there anything that variable should start like a number, like 2a, like that?
Yes, yes. So a variable is a string in Python, okay? Or variable is a character in Python. In detail, right? We'll since it's a little bit broader concept, we will be understanding it after the break. Since we have started the session at 9 o'clock and it is 10, I don't want to bore you guys on a Saturday morning. So we'll take a short 5 minutes break. And once we come back, right, we will be understanding what is the string and what is the couple of, I mean, I will address your doubts. Is that fine?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So currently the time is 10 to. We'll return by 10:07 and we'll take things forward. Okay. Yes. We'll return by 10:07. Yeah, yes, yeah, back. Can you continue? Yeah. Okay. So before getting into the break, we were understanding the variables and strings and couple of other things. So to print any statement in Python, I need to have the inverted commas. And while declaring a variable, there should be no inverted commas. Okay. So now, before getting into the break, I got a doubt saying that how do I declare a variable in Python? Is there any rules for that? Yes. To declare a variables in Python, there is a couple of rules, which is a very logic rules. Okay. So what is the rules over here? So while declaring a variable in Python, the variable name should not start with the numbers. It should not start with the numbers, nor it should start with the special characters. Okay, so it should not start with the numbers. It should not start with the special characters. Why it should not start with the numbers or special characters? Because numbers are constants. Okay, so numbers are constants. It means that if I say one apple, it will be one apple in India, it will be one apple in Delhi, it will be one apple in US. The quantity will not change. Though the apple color will change, the quantity will not change. Only one will be there. So that is called as constant. So if I say 1, 2, 3 is equal to 1, Python will declare an error saying that okay, have you gone mad? Okay, because it can't change the value of 1, 2, 3 to 1. Okay, what value can I change? I can change the value of a, because a is not having any value at all. I am declaring the value of 1 over there. Okay, so that is the reason. If I am declaring any variable in Python, it should not start with a number nor the special characters. But after declaring a character, I can say A1. Okay, I can say A1, not 1A. Okay, this, I hope I have answered your question, right?
You can also use
Okay.
underscore, right?
Yes, you can also use underscore. There is
Okay.
no worry, but not the asterisk symbol, because asterisk symbol you use it to comment anything. Okay, so that commenting part I'll come a little bit later.
Okay, got it.
Yes, you can use the asterisk symbol as well. Sorry, you can use the underscore and one, but the variable name should not start with underscore or one. It should start with a character like A, B, C, D. Okay, and yes, what is a string? A string is nothing but a collection of characters. Okay, string is nothing but a collection of characters. Whether it is a meaningful or not a meaningful, it is okay. But it is a collection of characters, and inside Python, it is a collection of characters inside the inverted brackets. So now, what is a character? A, B, C is a character in Python. A is a character, B is a character, C is a character. Okay, and the collection of these three things inside the inverted brackets is named as the string. Okay, yes. Any other doubts? I think I have answered your question, right? Or any other doubts?
Actually, Abhishek, in the variable name, like I started with underscore and it worked actually.
Yes. You said A, right?
Yeah. So
Okay. So
like
now,
whatever the name, yeah, equal to it's worked. I think so.
yes, it worked actually. But the thing is, when you are this will work. But the thing is, I should not use this thing, because when you're starting with the underscore, right? When we are getting into the class and objects, there is a topic called class and objects that probably we'll be understanding in the next week. So while declaring any keywords, okay, like a constructor or an initiator, we would be using underscore underscore, then initiator name, then at the end underscore underscore we would be using. Okay, so to help that, this is allowed, but we should not be using this for declaring any variables.
Okay, got it.
Okay, yes. Okay, cool. So any other doubts? Okay, cool. Then. So if there is no other doubts, we'll continue forward. So while declaring a variable, as you said over here, or as you are seeing, I am not using any semicolon, nor I'm using any brackets or any flower brackets. So it is plain a is equal to 1, and I don't need to declare anything previously that a should store only integers, a should store only the strings, or a should store only the list or something like that. I am not declaring anything. Directly starting hitting only I am doing a is equal to 1. Okay, and then I am printing a. So if I print a, the value of 1 would be printed over here. Or if I declare a is equal to Abhishek, and if I am printing a, the value of a will be printed. And what is the value of a? It's Abhishek. Okay, so automatically at the back end, Python is converting. Python is changing the data type of A. What is the value of A? What is the value of A? Now it is understanding and it is printing. Okay, so this is what is the dynamic type system. Okay, so now this is one part of the code, and this is called as variables. Variables means whenever I wanted to declare anything which can store a few values for me, so that in the future, if I wanted to use, I will not call for a number, but in fact, I will call for a name. I will call for a variable. So that variable will give me. Okay, for an example, if I wanted to I wanted to print the summation of two numbers, I will say A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, C is equal to A plus B, and print C. Okay, so now what is happening over here? A, the value is taken as 1, B value is taken as 2, C is a variable created to hold the summation of these two values. So what is the summation over here? Summation means adding the two numbers. Okay, so now what is the value of A over here?
1,
1. What is the value of B?
2.
2, right? So now I don't need to call for 1 and 2. I just called the variables A and B. So Python will take or bring the values of 1 and 2. It will add and it will put it in the variable called C, and then I am printing the variable C. Okay, so this is how we print the summation of two numbers. Okay, very basic, very easy to understand. Okay, so you can see that there is no semicolon, no flower brackets at all. This is still returning 4 lines of code. Okay, but how much lines of code will be taken to print exactly the same thing in C++ or Java? Some 10 lines. Okay, so now this is still in 4 lines of code. I can reduce this to 2 lines of code. Okay, so now I can reduce this into 2 lines of code. How can I reduce this? So you just need to say a comma b is equal to 1 comma 2, and then print a plus b. So you are still getting the same answer. If you change the values, you are getting the answer over here. So that 4 lines of code has been reduced to 2 lines of code. Okay, so this comes with practice, this comes with experiment and couple of other things. We'll come to that point later. Okay, but this is the part where I am printing the summation of two numbers. Okay, so now I am declaring a variable A, B, and C, and the value of A is 1, value of B is 2, value of C is A and B summated together. Okay, the thing is this plus symbol. So this plus symbol, what you are seeing in the between, is acting as a double character, the dual character it is performing. Okay, what is this dual character? It is little bit important. Okay, so now what is the meaning of this plus symbol mathematically?
Arithmetic operation.
Operators.
Okay, it acts as an operator, which means that if I have a one number, if I had the other number, it will add those two numbers and it will give me the result, right? So basically, it acts as the addition operator. Correct? You all agree with me, right?
Yes.
Yes, but I use the addition symbol along with the two numbers. Okay, so here, since I am using the two numbers, I am using the addition operator. But what is the one of the number is a string. Okay, now what I have done, I have declared A is equal to 1. I have declared B is equal to string. Okay, why? How have I declared A 2 as string here? How did I declare 2 as string?
with quotation.
Yes, with the inverted commas, I have declared 2 as string. Now, if I execute, what should be the answer?
It gives error.
Yes, it gives an error. Why? Because this plus symbol will be giving answer only when if there are two integers, if there are two numbers, I will execute and see what is the error it is getting. It is getting a type error. Okay, what is type error? It is saying that okay, Abhishek, you are asking me to add two numbers, but the thing here is there is one integer and one string. I don't know what to do. So it has thrown an error. Okay, there is one integer and one string. So Python didn't understand what to do, so it has thrown an error. You can't do anything with one integer and one string. Okay, if at all I wanted the error, if at all I wanted to get an output, what should I do? I should convert this integer one also to the string now. Okay, so now if I execute, what would be the output here? Sorry?
1 plus 2.
Yes, it should be 1 plus 2, right? It should be 3, right? Any other perspective?
No, actually, it won't be 3. It will be like plus 1 plus
Okay.
2.
This is what.
1 plus 2.
Two.
Okay, we'll see the output what it is. Okay. Actually, both the answers are wrong. It will print 1 and 2. Okay. What it means? It means that whenever there are two numbers like 1 and 2, it performs the plus symbol performs or behaves as the addition operator. Okay, whenever there are two numbers, in between two numbers there is plus symbol, it performs as the addition operator. But whenever there is a string like the Tendulkar, or if there is any other string like a Sachin. So this plus symbol behaves as the appending operator. What is that appending operator? So since there is a string and there is one more string, it is concatenating. It is performing as the glue between one string and other string. Okay, so this plus symbol will behave as the dual character. Whenever it is with the integers, it performs as the addition. Whenever it is with the strings, it performs as the appending operator. Okay, so now it is Sachin and Tendulkar. So it is appending Sachin with the Tendulkar. So it is printing Sachin Tendulkar. Okay. Any other doubts or any questions?
No.
Okay. Is the same for everyone?
Yes, sir.
So can we declare two variables like a equal to 1, b equal to 2 in a single line?
Yes, that is what I did earlier. Okay. So now if you say A comma B is equal to 10 comma 20, you can
No,
do that.
I'm asking a equal to 10, comma b equal to 20, like that.
A equal to 10
10,
comma B equal
comma
to,
b, yeah.
yeah, you can do this. Is equal to 10. Can't sign to a literal. Okay, just a moment. There's some problem with the clear output. Okay. Probably I'm using a older system, but in fact, if you are using the newer system, it is possible. In my old Python, it is not possible. It gives an error, syntax error.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Okay. Yes. Cool then. Any other doubts? Okay. Cool then. So if there is no doubts, right? We'll get into the next part, which is called as a list. Okay. So we have understood the variables. We have understood the strings also. Next, we will get into the list. Okay. So now, if I say that A is equal to 1, okay, so I have said that A is equal to 1. What it means? It means that I have declared a variable called A, and inside that variable, I am going to place one item. That's it, right? Only one item I am going to place, which is 1. So if I say 3, I am going to place the variable A, and value of variable A is 3. But in the future, right, or until what I was doing, I was declaring variable and I'm assigning only one value to it. But in future, I wanted to attach multiple values to a single variable. Okay, something like I want you to declare A is equal to 3, comma 4, comma 5. Can I do this?
With variable, you can't.
Yes. We can't do this because A is equal to 1, which is acceptable because for one variable, you are saying that one integer or one string or something you are attaching. But here I am declaring multiple assignees to a single variable, which is not possible because it is a variable. But there is a possibility, and that possibility is called as the collections. In Python or in any programming language, there is a concept called collections. What is collections? Collections means for one variable, I can attach multiple things. For one variable, I can attach multiple things. So that multiple things is called as collections. And there are three important type of collections. One is the list, dictionary, and the tuple. All these three things we are going to see in today's session. Okay. First of all is the list. Okay. So now what is a list? List is a collection in Python. Collections in Python. So where for one variable, I can attach multiple things. Okay. But there is a problem with the list. Okay. That is with the other programming language. What is the problem? So once you are declaring a list, right, and inside that list, you can attach only one data type. Whether you can attach, either you can attach only strings or you can attach only integers, right? But in Python, right, you can attach whatever you want. How and what is the list is what we are going to see now. Okay. First of all, what is the English meaning of list? I want the English meaning.
It's just like a number of collection range. Yeah.
Yes. N number of collection. Yes. Any other perspective?
A set of values.
Yes. It's a set of values. Okay. So now list means when I go to a shopping, right, before getting into the mall, I will write into some list into some list of paper that what I wanted to buy. I want to buy groceries. I want to buy fruits. I want to buy some vegetables. So this list I will take and I will go to a shopping mall and I will buy the items. It is not like I will go to a shopping mall only to buy fruits, only to buy vegetables, only to buy groceries one at a time. So I will go to a shopping mall to buy everything at a time. So similarly in Python, I go to a variable to add everything, be it the integer, be it the string, be it the float, or be it the boolean. I can declare whatever I want inside the list, inside a Python. Okay, and if I say what is there in A, it says that A is 1, Sachin, 10, and true. Okay, all the things are a part of a cart, a shopping cart named A. And same rules of variables applies to this also. It should not start with the character. It should not start with the integer, nor start with the special characters. Okay, so this is what the list in Python. The list in Python should always be inside the, I'm repeating again, the list in Python should always be inside the square brackets. In Python, list is declared inside the square brackets, not the common brackets, not the flower brackets. It is declared inside the square brackets. Okay, so why? Because I am not saying anywhere earlier that okay, I am declaring a square brackets, I am declaring a list, or I am declaring a variable. Like that, I am not saying. So to understand to the Python, to make sure Python is understanding that what I want to declare. So to benefit Python, I am declaring inside the square brackets. So whenever Python sees a square brackets, Python will automatically understand that Abhishek is declaring a list over there. It is a rule that whenever I wanted to declare a list, square brackets is mandatory.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Any doubts or any questions?
No.
Okay. So is that same for everyone?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So list is my favorite part in Python. Why? Because I can play around with the list for day long. It is very easy, very interesting also because we can do multiple and various things with the list. Okay, and it is easy also. So now I have declared a list, and inside that list, what I have done, I have declared a few values, which is a string, which is a float, and which is a boolean. Okay, so what is an integer here? Integer is 1. The string is such in, float is a 10.0, and the boolean is a true. What is a boolean? Where there are only true values, either true or false. So it should be with true or false only. So it is called as boolean. Float means whenever there is a decimal number. Whenever there is a decimal number, that values are called as float values. And the strings and integers, we all know. Strings means inside the inverted commas, and integers means only when there is a whole number that we call as the integers. Okay, so now I have declared everything inside the list now. But the thing is, I wanted to print only one, or I wanted to print such in here. Okay, because earlier when I print A, I was getting only one value, which is 3. Okay, but here I want to print only one here. I don't want all the other values. Okay, so now how can I do that?
Index.
Okay, so now there is something called indexing in Python. Okay, now what is indexing in Python? Layman terminology. Okay, assume this as the class. Okay, A is a class. It is a section. A section is there, and inside that A section, there are 30 people, 30 students studying. If you wanted to make a student to stand up, how will you make a student to stand up?
We will point one.
We will point to one person. Okay, any other perspective?
By calling its name.
Using identity.
Using identity, like name of a person. Okay, Abhishek, you stand up. Sachin, you stand up. Like that, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, cool. Yes. Any other perspective?
By roll number.
By roll numbers. So here, that is a beautiful concept. Roll numbers, because roll numbers are unique. There can be multiple Abhishek in a class, but roll number 1 will be only one, right? Roll number 2 will be only one. There can't be 2 persons assigned with the same roll number. In list, every person, every item is assigned a roll number. Every item is assigned a roll number, and that roll number is called indexing. that roll number is called indexing. Okay, and that indexing will start with 0. That roll number will start with 0. It will not start with any other things. It will start with 0. Okay, now what is the roll number of 1 here?
0.
0. Now what is the roll number of Sachin?
1.
Yes. Whenever I want a person to stand up, I will call for a section, and inside that section, I will call roll number 0 to stand up. If I call roll number 0 to stand up, I will be getting only 1. Okay, so now if I want to call the second roll number, what is the second roll number here?
Searching.
Sachin, which is there in 1, I will print only Sachin. I will be calling for the roll number for a person to stand up. That's it. Very easy. Okay. So any doubts or any questions?
No.
Is that
Can you
clear?
repeat please? For
Yes.
indexing function.
Yes. Okay. So now I have declared a list. Okay. So when I call for a list, right, an entire class will come. Okay. If I call for section A, entire section A will come. Entire section A will stand up. Entire section A will sit. But I don't want entire section to stand up or sit or to come. So what I want, there is a person who is making a mistake. I want only that person to make mistakes here or to stand up here. Okay, so what will happen? So they in a section there is a roll number given for each and every student. Okay, that roll number inside the Python list is called as indexing. Okay, and that indexing will start with 0. In our usual classes, right, the roll number will start with 1. But in Python, indexing will start with 0. Index, this is one of the important interview questions, that what is the indexing starting from in Python. So indexing in Python will start with 0. Okay, and here, whenever I wanted to call the first person, I will not call roll number 1, I will call roll number 0. If I call for roll number 0, only one person will be printed. Only one item inside that roll number will be printed.
Got it.
I hope I'm answering.
Yeah,
Can
got it.
you show like how to print
How to print?
like we are using before like print a plus b like that, how we can print this value?
Okay, so this is, you can use a print or you can just call for a variable. It will print. Okay, if you use a print also, it means the same thing here. It will give the same answer. Was this your question?
The same as my question, like we are using before print a plus b like that for adding and completing. So the same thing I was asking here, like how to call a value.
Okay, so you can directly call for a variable, or inside the print statement you can call. Okay. Yes. Okay. So now here inside this class, how many people are there?
Four.
4 people. Okay. So now if I wanted to print the last item inside the list, what will I do? I want to print the last item inside the list.
3 or minus
3.
or minus 1.
Yes, 3 I will do. Okay. So now here 3 means it will print it true. Why? Because it is at the last item. But what will happen if I give 4? Class of 30 people, I say that I am a new professor to a class and I say roll number 32 to stand up. Okay, inside a class of 30 people, I am asking roll number 32 to stand up. Okay, what will the people say inside the class?
Don't give any value.
They say that, okay, 32 values, there is only 30 people. Same answer you will be getting here. You can see that index error, list index out of range. It means that it is saying, look, Abhishek, there are no list of 4. There is, it is not saying how much items are there, but it is saying that whatever the item you want to ask to stand up, it is not there here. Okay, so I will say list 3. So whenever you are asking for the items which is exceeding the length of the list, Python will automatically come to know that, okay, there is an error going to happen. So this is the error, so it is print here. And it will exactly point out where is the error. Okay, it is exactly pointing out that A of 4 is the error. So it is list index out of. Okay. Yes. So now, when I asked for how to print the last item inside a list, you said that A of 3. Okay. So this A of 3, A of 0, A of 1, A of 2 is called as a positive indexing. There are two types of indexing. One is the positive indexing. The other one is the negative indexing. Okay. So now, if there is no sign at all, if there is no positive sign at all, then it is obviously called as the positive indexing. Okay, but when I am asking for the last item inside a list, you counted how many items are there, and you said that n minus 1, which there are 4 items, 4 minus 1, 3. So the value or the roll number of last item is 3, correct?
Yes.
But if there are 101 items, 106 items, we can't count and say 106 minus 1, 105. So I will be using 105. So to overcome that, we have something called as the negative indexing. We have something called negative indexing. What is this negative indexing? So this is positive indexing, which is coming in straight away. But ulta also I can come. In the reverse way also I can come. So in the positive way, the first item is 0. In the negative way, in the ulta fashion, the first item is minus 1. Okay. If I do A of minus 1, the answer will be true only. Why it is true? Because last item is 1. So the value of last item will be minus 1. The indexing of last item will be minus 1. Okay, so this is called as negative indexing. This is called as negative indexing. Okay, so any doubts or any questions?
So in the negative indexing, if we want to call the second last value, so like how will it be done?
Simple, it is A of
Minus
minus 1.
Okay.
Okay, now I have a question. If the positive indexing, the first number is 0, in the negative indexing, why it is minus 1? Why can't it be minus 0?
0 cannot be
0 can't be a negative.
Yes, there is no value or there is no meaning if I say minus 0. Minus 0 means 0 only. Correct? So that is the reason we are having this minus 1. Okay. Yes. Any other doubts or any questions?
So if I want to get Sachin, it will be a minus 3, a minus 4. It will go like this.
Yes, yes.
Start from end, minus 1. True value. A of minus 1 is true.
Yes, minus 1 is true. Minus 2, minus 3. So if I give minus 3, it will be such.
Abhishek, if I wanted to call roll number 1 and 3, what should I do?
Okay, so if you wanted to call roll number 1 and 3, so it is 1 and it is Sachin, and then that is not called as an indexing. Okay, because you wanted to call 1 and 3, So you should be using a little bit complex Pythonic. You can use a for loop and if condition. So that we'll be seeing in the tutorial. Okay, so it is not a little bit straightforward, but roundabout there is a way, and we will be seeing that.
Oh, why we are using negative indexing? It's another, it's available if something new. That's why we are learning this one.
No, why we are using the negative indexing? Because like if at all the length of the list is very long, and I don't want to sit and count how many items are there, just I wanted to bring the last few items, I can use the negative indexing and I can bring it down.
Okay.
And this is also one way of calling anything. It is up to the usage of the developer. He can use anything. Convenience of the user. Sorry, developer.
Abhishek, I have one question. So can you call like multiple values? For example, A is equals to -1, -2. So it takes all those values and give you the result?
Yes, that is the next concept. We'll be seeing that.
Okay.
Yes. So this is indexing, which means I am calling for a particular person to stand up. But whenever a group of people is making a mistake, what I will do? So assume that inside a class, there is 10 people who is making a mistakes. What will I do that time? So I will say roll number 1 to 10 to stand up. Roll number 1 to 10 to stand up, right? So similarly here, what I will do, I will say a 0 to 2 to stand up. 0 to 2. So this is called as slicing. So this is indexing. This is slicing. Slicing means what? Slicing means the English meaning only. Slicing means slice an apple, which means that cut the apple into two equal parts. So here I am slicing a list into equal parts. So what I am doing here, I am calling from roll number 0 to roll number 2. Roll number 2 means not exactly 2, but n minus 1. So it is 0, 1, 2. So it is printing only these two. If I wanted last two items, it is 2, 3. So 1, 3. Or 2, 4. Yes.
Hello, Abhishek.
Yes.
Actually, I have a doubt. So, indexing, if it is a large quantity, it's a large list, like more than 1,000 or anything. If you
Yes.
want to know how many quantities are there in the particular list,
Yes.
is there any particular command to know the quantity of the list?
Yes, there is a method called length. Length of A will give you how many items are there inside the list.
Okay, so we should type print length of A.
Yes.
That's it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
I
So length also should be in the parentheses, right? This is also a function, right?
Yeah.
Length.
So if you want to print anything, so it is print of length of A.
Okay. Okay.
Someone was asking.
Yeah, here I have like tried print A from -1 to 0.
Yes.
So it is like not printed anything, just printed square brackets.
Yes. Why? There is a logical question over here. I will write the same thing. You said that print of -1 to 0, right?
Yes.
So it is giving you the empty list. This is called as empty list. Whenever there is nothing, it is called as empty list. Why? Why? Because where is -1 inside the list?
True.
No, where is -1?
Like last one.
Yes, at the last, which is your right hand side. Correct? Yes. So -1, or what is the first value inside the slicing? Slicing first value is when it should start and when it should end. So from 2 to 4, 2 is the starting point, 4 is the ending point. This is in the positive indexing. In the negative indexing, right, it will be ulta, it will be opposite. So what you have to do is you have to put a 0 and a -1. Okay, I hope you got it right.
Yes, yes. No, suppose I want 2, then 10.0, then Sachin, then 1. So what I do?
Why the true is not coming in this one?
Because you are saying from -1. So I said n -1. So from 10 it will print.
Abhishek, the same. Here you have put till 4, right? But there is only 3 values, 0, 1, 2, 3. You have put 2 till 4.
Where here? Here, this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so from 2, I am asking it to print. So what is the value of 0, 1, 2? So it is 10 and true.
Yeah, so totally it is 3, right?
No,
0,
it is
1,
not.
2, 3.
No, it is. I am asking it to print from 2 to 4. What is the value of 2 here?
It is 10.0.
Yes, 10, true.
Suppose 4 is not there also, it will not show error. It will not.
It is not. Okay, I got it. So this is not a sorry to the earlier question. You are considering this 0.0 as a special separate item, right? It is not a separate item. It is part of the 10 only. It is 10.0.
Yes, it is 10.0 as like one value,
Yes.
but in total, one Sachin 10.0 true, it's all like 3 only, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. But you have put here 2 till 4.
Slicing is always one step before actually at the end. If you mention 4, it will take only 3 values.
Sorry.
Okay.
How does that work?
You mean from when we say from back, so that from value will not be considered, is what you're saying, Prakash?
Yeah, actually, if you mention 4 means it won't be like 4 values. It will be like 3 before value, one step before. So even though if you mention if Abhishek mentioned like 2 is to 4, even though like if you consider 0, 1, 2, 3, 3 values there, so 3 values true, right? So that will be considered.
Okay, the last is n-1. So if you have mentioned 4 here, it will be taken as n-1 until that element will be printed, not the element. So if I am asking roll number 1 to 10 to stand up, 10th student will not stand up, but the 9th student will stand up because I am asking to stand up only till 10th, not the 10th student.
Okay.
Abhishek, our question was what? Okay, what I understand is so totally there is only like 4 values given. In terms of indexing, it's only 3, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
she's asking, you mentioned like 2 is to 4.
Okay.
Why is 2 is to 4? Why it's not 2 is to 3? If you want to get
Okay.
it.
Yes, correct. That was my question.
Okay. So now I understand. Now I got a question. The thing here with the slicing is even if I am not printing anything, assume that I am not printing anything here. If I execute, I will still get the answer because in slicing, what happens is it will not worry about the last item. If you give 6 also, if you give 6 also, it will execute only until whatever the values it will be there. It will be printing. If at all you didn't give any values, Python will think that Abhishek is asking it to print till the end of the value. So it will print it, everything.
So consider example like if you have like 5 values, if you mention like 6, it will still consider as 5. If you mention if there is like 4 values means if you have given 5, it will still consider 4 value. Yeah.
And that applies to the starting value also. If I didn't give any values and then give 2, Python will think that it should start from the beginning, even though I didn't give any values here. So it will print until the second value.
But Abhishek, if we wanted to print only the first and third.
Yes. So that is possible. That was one of the question I got earlier. So the answer for that question will be given in tomorrow, because that is not very straightforward as the indexing and listing. That is, I have to use a separate concept for that. It is called as a for loops and if condition. So I have to write a roundabout for.
And
When
one
you
more-
run this one, this you are giving this true, no? One list without starting value. You run this one.
Yes, I run this. This I have also run.
So here it will not consider n minus one. The first two values 0 and 1 will be taken. Index 0 and 1 will be taken.
Yes, I will give an analogy. So here inside the same class example, okay. So if this professor comes to the college and says that, okay, roll number until 10, so it's not giving 1 to 10, right? Roll number until 10, it means that whatever is the first people will stand up, right? Okay, so that is what is the missing the first value, and the last value. If there are 44 people, and if I say from row number 40 to 50, the people will not say that, okay, from 55 people, the students are not there. 4 people will go there until whatever is available. Correct? I hope you got the point.
So it will always stop one value before.
Yes.
So if you ask for uh, starting till 2, so it will
Yes.
not run 10.0. So it will always stop one value before, till like such and only it will print.
Yes. Yes.
So it applies to everything, variable, string, everything.
Yes. Yes, yes. It applies to every concept in programming language, let alone Python, C++, Java, it is the same.
So this is only in list or in everything, whatever
It
we're
is,
gonna learn in future also, completely.
so this slicing can be applied to list and to the tuples. So both things it applies it means the same thing.
What about the next one?
Okay.
0 to minus 1.
Oh, sorry.
Next example, yeah.
So this also remains the same thing. So you can try it yourself and you can show me if at all there is any error. So this gives the from -1 till whatever is the first item, it will give the answer.
So
So
here,
Abhishek,
the -1 is like true. So
Yes.
we won't get the -1. So which means like
No.
we need to go the previous thing, which is 10.0. So okay, got it.
Okay. So if we want particular even or odd values, then what we have to do. So that is what I'm saying. It is not a little bit straightforward. We have to write a roundabout for that. That roundabout is a for loop and if condition that we will be seeing in tomorrow's session.
We can do, I mean, print even or odd items, right? Just keeping like in brackets, we can just keep 2 what we call each 2. I mean, I'll say, can I just I'll keep in chat, okay?
Yes, no worries. We can do that, but it is a little bit complex thing. You are saying in the range function, you are saying starting value, ending value, another
Yes,
comma, and
yes.
how many numbers. That is the range, not the list.
Yes, yes.
So
I
Abhishek,
hope
I have a doubt.
I mean, something
If
like
okay, go ahead. After that.
pasted in chat. Can you just try like this? Maybe I've kept the exclamatory mark. Typing mistake. Just don't
no,
worry.
no. Yes, no, I can't copy from the chat. I'll type it on my own.
Okay,
So
okay, cool.
So it is A:0:2:3, right?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, you can just change the numbers maybe. Yeah, yeah. Yes.
One and such.
Yeah, keep 2 there. Yeah, that would be easy. Yeah. No. In the middle item, just keep the last number, maybe 4 or 3 in the middle item. No. I'm just saying, in the
Uh-huh.
middle term, just
Okay.
in the place of 2, keep
Okay.
4, and in the place of 3, keep 2.
Okay, like this.
Yes. Then we can print the odd or even items, maybe. Yes, right.
Okay, yes. Yeah. So this is got from the range function. So when I explain the range function, I thought
Yes. Okay, cool.
so because it will be a little bit confusion.
The last
Or,
one is like step, right? Like first one, like starting point, end point, and step, right? Last one.
Yes.
we'll don't worry. We'll discuss tomorrow. We'll not confuse. I'll remove that. Okay. Yes, any other doubts? I think we are in the last part of the session where we can have the one-on-one discussion about anything related to data science, machine learning, or Python, or if there is any feedback so that I can update myself in the tomorrow's session. So I am okay with that. So any doubts or any questions related to data science, machine learning? Yes.
Hello, Abhishek. This is a doubt actually. If I start indexing, if I give the
Yeah.
negative value in the first section and the positive value in the second section, I'm getting just a blank list, not the
Yes.
data list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is because the negative indexing, if you are giving a -1, where is the -1 values lying?
At the last.
Yes, that's the last towards your right hand side, correct?
Yeah.
So you have to give the values to the right hand side first. That -1 should be in the right hand side.
Okay. Okay. One more doubt, Abhishek. So in the Jupyter notebook, you are not giving the print command, right? So if I try in the Google Colab without giving the print command, it's giving me error because the following list, there is no specific function called. It's giving me an error.
It works in Google Colab too. No issues from my end.
Yeah. Okay. I will try it once and tomorrow I will get it.
Hello. I'm audible?
Yes.
Sorry, there was an internet disconnect in my home. Sorry for that. Yes. So we were discussing about if there is any doubts or any question. Sorry. Okay,
Just
so,
hoops concept is required for data science. Later.
okay. Yes, OOPS concept is required because